everybody, and welcome back. We are with FSL PUBG Mobile Open, and I am Sis Jenny. Together with me again is Mochi. Hi, Mochi.
Hi, and welcome everyone to our second PUBG Mobile Open. And I just saw the rosters here, the squads that were who will be fighting off against each other for today. And I find it really interesting because it's just a few of them who are familiar to me, and I am quite open for an underdog story here. I am quite excited of what we have, and hopefully we'll be seeing or we'll be having these new teams leave a long-lasting impression for us. But before we go down to the specifics of our teams, I'm quite interested about the what do you call this? The prize pool that we have here for this tournament.
Actually, the prize pool is segregated. Again, it's similar to the first one. So, the first prize is going to bring home 500 Singapore dollars, and then followed by 250 Singapore dollars, and then followed by the third position, which is $175. And last but not least, we are giving to the fourth position also, which is $75. So, definitely, there's something to look forward to for all these 19 teams. So, Mochi, who are they, and who is playing today?
Well, actually, we have seven representatives from Malaysia, and some of these people are the Rage Unleashed Sassy. We also have DBD Rubbies. We also have AI Huntress, Dingo's Ladies, ES Juicy, ES Luna, ES Mystic, and yeah, actually, those are the seven representatives from Malaysia. For the Philippines, we have four representatives, which is Four Strangers Esports, which has their appearance during the first PUBG Mobile Open, but sadly didn't actually reach the top 10. We also have a glimpse of Astera, who, if I'm not mistaken, racked up the champions for this
Hmm.
tournament. And we also have the Stronghold Savior. And last but not least, ATG Artemis, who hasn't been able to have their appearance from the last tournament as well. And from Indonesia, we have three representatives. It is Grim's Sapphire. We also have LMS Alley Cats, and
Mm.
as well as
Meow.
Hero Zero KDA. And for Myanmar, Thailand, and Vietnam, which have one representative each, it is going to be the ITX Trap Girls from Myanmar. We also have Mata Ladies from Thailand, who, as far as I may recall, gained top 9 during the last tournament, and also one from Vietnam, which is Roy Ladies Esports.
Interesting. And honestly, I still think it's quite a good number of teams that is representing, because I think they have seen them doing some scrims, and plus we have an old team that decided to come back today, and one of them is actually from Mongolia. They are called
Yeah.
I. IHC Goddess. So this is a team to look for. I'm not sure if they are still the same, because the last time I saw them play was 2019. So this is 2022. I am
Ooh.
really I don't know what are kind of surprises that they would bring in for the team from Mongolia.
Yeah, me too. I'm quite excited. I mean, there are some squads here who just came back from the
Mm-hmm.
dead, rising up again. We're not sure, or maybe they're just busy preparing themselves for the biggest fight of all time, like this one. Or we also have these new faces, which, to be honest, we don't know what they have in their sleeves, like what are they hiding, what do they got prepared, right? And we also have
Yes.
these defenders, or rather these teams who are really consistent in participating in different tournaments, and they've been able to rack up all those skills, all those talents in order to come this far. And I guess all of them will be fighting out for their specific reasons, and hopefully this time around we will be seeing something different, or at least something really interesting, considering that we have these two groups for today.
Yep, definitely. Like what Mochi said, we're gonna go with Group A, and then after that Group B. But of course, this event won't be done successfully without our partners, which is Intel and Yahoo. So shout out to them for making this happen.
Yes.
Yearly in a year, we would have about 2 to 3 tournaments of PUBG Mobile for ladies. So lady gamers, this is where they show their skills. And of course, with that said, we are playing PUBG Mobile, so a great mobile platform to play in Tencent and Krafton games. So obviously, we are all having fun using playing this platform. And then, of course, it's fun to cast over PUBG Mobile, because there's a lot of shreds to look into, especially knowing that they are ladies.
Yes, definitely. And I am quite excited because we all know that little by little, these ladies are already being recognized from time to time for different countries all over the world, just specifically here in
Mhm.
Asia. And so far, if these ladies were able to actually be brutal in a good way, they're slaying
Mm.
literally, then definitely it would be something that we have to look out for.
Mm.
And what do you think, or do you have any expectations for today?
Expectations definitely, like I said earlier about Mongolia's team, and plus
Mm-hmm.
the defending champions from Philippines, Asteria from Philippines, and then coming from, of course, a name that we all know. If you guys have been watching PMPL, MYSGPH, three countries, like I'm from Singapore, Mochi is from Philippines, and there is this team called Dingos from Malaysia. So
Yeah.
they are playing today over in Group B for Dingos, ladies. So I'm definitely, I want to know what's up.
Definitely.
What about you?
Like we can actually say that actually I have the same points like what
Hmm.
you've said. Like most
Hmm.
of these ladies, some of them are already been well renowned. But for me,
Yeah.
I want me a good underdog story. Like there's a lot of
Oh.
unfamiliar faces here, like what we have
Hmm.
mentioned from earlier, but we're not quite sure what they have or what dish they would bring to the table yet. So
Yeah.
I guess that's something that we have to look out for, and I guess we'll be diving right into that later on, or actually right now.
Wow. Yes, and of course we are gonna go to the OG map, the beautiful line, the beautiful land of smiles, which is
Oh,
Erangel. Flight route seems to be No Mercy, starts from Sopnoska all the way to Lipovka. So let's see what is going to happen.
oh my! This flight path is just screaming a lot of violence right now. Like,
Yeah, you're
imagine
right.
having that. The entirety of it will be at the Sosnovska military base, and we all know how deadly that could be. So I guess just little teams will be going there, and at least they'll be waiting for uh the latest what do you call this? Yeah, the latest flight path so that they will be able to reach the most terrain that they can get, the most
Mm-hmm.
space and the most loot that they can get. And hopefully no one would be trapped or rather be cornered because, that is some of the instances that is quite unfortunate for our teams. It's always with regards to their placement and where they will be able to do the drop.
Yeah, definitely agree to what Mochi is saying. Of course, it's going to be a little bit of a problem for teams who prefer to be on the north side. Places like Jogopol, Yasanaya, even Rozok, they will need to do a little bit of gliding. So for now, we're just going to see them happily into their drop spots. But already the first circle have shown itself and is going towards the west, northwest of the map. So teams that is currently in, I think, Novo. I see a team there, green color. I'm not exactly sure which team that is. Definitely needs to do an early rotation to avoid gatekeeping from other teams later on.
Yeah, actually. And that might also be a struggle that they have to look out for because considering that, these areas from Shelter Farm and Milta is quite close with one another and Milta Power Plant being one more and they're at the far, far side. Thankfully, there's no one in there. But you get the point. Like, this is going to be indeed a struggle for these five teams who are near at the mansion as well. And look at that. They're really gliding further. And as far as much as possible, Asteria does not want any early engagement. I guess that is already screaming something. And as well as the fact that these ladies from DBD Rubbies, as has been mentioned from earlier on, are actually in a really good spot right now. And hopefully they would be able to secure some early kills this map.
Wow, I'm actually quite excited to see what kind of engagement they will make. But it seems like all of them are already ready to do lootings and not disturbing other teams yet. They are all comfortably in their drop spot. Something interesting about team GL over in Kameshki, they have divided themselves into four different corners. So that's really bold for them to do. I'm not exactly sure if they are actually looking for vehicles. It seems like that. But very weirdly, Manok here is actually going towards Stalber. I'm not sure what's there in Stalber for looting, but maybe, probably, she's actually going to do a rotation. She's smart to go into the Cerveny.
Yeah, possibly. Or maybe you just really want to maximize the space that they can occupy and at least gain a lot more information. But the thing here is, it is very open, but that would just mean that they can have more ideas on where they should go and venture into once that they've been able to get their primary loots and stack up from there on. But the rest of the teams, like what you said from earlier, from Rage Unleashed Sassy,
Uh-huh.
I think that their area is a quite difficult to work with considering that they're at this what do you call this, the top right area. It is Novoropnoe. Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
going to be really deadly for them to actually go out there since there's already two teams here who's
Uh-huh.
just waiting by the bridge. So if ever, like what you said, yep, it is, there is a really high chance that they will be victim to gatekeeping, or at least for worse is that their team might entirely be eradicated from the get-go.
Yeah, totally agree with that, Mochi. But I really like something here. We're seeing the ladies, they are very disciplined, you know, they have their
Mm-hmm.
IGNs all the same, like with the initials in front. So it's pretty easy for us to see. I think it's getting better as the tournament goes by for PUBG Mobile FSL. And I just realized something. There is a team that is currently playing for the official tournament, and they are, I already said about IHC, they are being one of the most senior batch in the current lineup. And we
Mm.
have DBD. So DBD is actually representing Malaysia in PMPL. So they have a ladies lineup. So
Ooh.
knowing about a little bit about the profile for this DBD team, they are aggressive. Literally feisty. They will take fights, and they won double chicken dinner yesterday for the men's lineup. So I'm not sure what will
Wow.
happen today for the ladies, because it's definitely something to see. And they are the only team that is representing Malaysia. Oh, no, wait, there's two teams representing Malaysia for this Group A, which is Rage Unleash and also DBD Rubies.
Actually, from what you just said, I think that they'll be a good counterpart with what they call this, glimpse of Asteria, right?
Ah,
Because these
yes.
women are also good in playing aggressively, and the moment that they land their eyes
Yeah.
onto someone,
Mm-hmm.
then definitely they wouldn't be going down without a fight. And as much as possible, even if those people run away, they'll pursue them. And the thing that they wanted is to fully get them down in the
Mm-hmm.
grass, you know, touch some grass, everyone's gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be able to accumulate all of the kills that they'll be able to get. And I can't wait for them to actually see one another, because that would just mean that it is going to be not only a cat fight, it is going to be a tiger fight.
Yeah. And talking about tigers, this is a cat team, or they call themselves LMS Alley Cats, and they are from Indonesia. So I really like what they're doing right now. They have rotated near to the mountain of Getka. So that's actually a very good place to actually spot on rotations from other teams. They are not really at the peak yet, but they are the closest team towards that particular mountain. So I'm actually wondering which team will take precedence of that mountains, because there's a lot of potential that you can cover when you get the mountains. We are only looking into
Mm.
Tosca. I'm not sure about the other two teammates for her. Probably going to take the advantage of that mountains or trying to scout around this area. Oh, but you know what? We are moving into Rage, and this is a team that is currently, I would say, the outskirts. They are over in Novo, and they have not moved up yet. So they're going to do late rotations, probably going to come in the circle a little bit later, and will try to farm right outside when the circle is closing in. So that's also another tactical format that some of these teams have learned playing competitive. So this is something I would say I similarly see in I would say the Malaysia meta, because they kind of like to do this farm and get keep. So yeah, we're gonna see what's gonna happen for the ladies lineup.
Yeah, actually, I think that is a good thing with the Erangel map as well. I mean, it's just a classic and everyone knows about it, but at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, like, it really promotes a lot of flexibility for the players, especially with their strategies, like when they should rotate, what's the
Mm-hmm.
area that they should go to next, and the fair, or like the balanced mix of cover and as well as the open grasslands. And that would just mean that it is both a good avenue for having unfortunate and both fortunate events from happening. So I guess that is something that can be pulled off through from the Erangel map as well. But like what Sis Jenny has been able to say from earlier on, we are having two teams who might actually meet one another here, which is the Force Rangers Esports and Range. I'm interested in what's gonna happen here later on.
Yep, definitely. But I'm not sure if they actually gatekeep. They have left one member behind. Oh wait, everybody's moving up. So I'm not sure what
Mhm.
is happening to Atroxy. Probably she's still looting. I'm not. I can't really say if she's getting AIDS because this is
Yeah.
Erangel. Not many teams would go for healing games, but apparently Rage have made their way safely across the bridge. So they're gonna head on towards the areas of farm to rotate in, which there's nobody in the south side. But guys, look into IHC. They have taken a very, I would say, dangerous place to be in. This is Getka, and it's a flatland, and they decided to take that as their first drop, or just let's just say it's their first checkpoint after coming from Primo. So that's exactly what I meant about IHC Goddess, and they are from Mongolia. And Mongolia gameplay, um, I won't say they are aggressive, but they are super fast. You
Mm.
know, they're quick with their snipers. Basically, the way they do their CQCs or even spotting people from afar is quite a danger. I would say a threat to all these other teams because looking into this IHC, they have chosen Getka as their first checkpoint, and this is a place where many people would be able to see them, and because they are that brave to do that, I'm definitely thinking that their firepower is great for this one because we have not seen any actions yet. So I'm definitely just gonna try to gauge that it is their firepower. That's the reason why they are in Gekka.
Yeah, I agree. But at the same time, we're seeing heavy saturation here at the school. There's three
Ooh.
teams right there. And I mean, all of them are just driving all the way to a better specific position that they wanted their team to be. But at the same time, I am pretty sure that they are certain of each other's existence. And that would just mean that they'll be able to plan ahead if ever they'll be able to ambush someone or would it be going for the safe route. We're not quite sure. But yeah, it seems like we'll be having some interactions here just in a bit. But from SH or Stronghold Savia and one more team. Oh my, seems like there's already an action here.
Ooh, is that a skirmish going over with DBD and Rage? Two Malaysian teams meeting at the same point? I don't know. I'm not really liking this because it's going to be the same firepower over another. But we're looking into team number 9 and then looking into another team over in school. They are right smack with one another, neck on neck. I'm not sure what's going to happen. They're going to do a little bit of the TPP. And team number 4 is of course Hero Zero KDA from Indonesia, meeting up with team number 8. Ay ay ay! But ooh, look at that
Ooh,
supreme shot straight into that little balcony.
they're in that little balcony indeed, but we're seeing another duel here that's just happening right now, but they have no choice but to back out. Kimul is now left here. There's going to be the smokes just to take some sort of coverage, but at the same time, they really want to do something, but at the same time, they're being prohibited because this might be a possibly awkward position to be in, to be honest.
Savior from Philippines. So we're looking into Indonesia versus Philippines over the smokes not being able to redo a revival. So the only thing Ray can do here is try
Oh.
to get out of this area, or they're gonna take the fight because looking into Savior, they have already flanked out and gonna take one confirmed kill. Will that be possible? No, not yet. They're gonna do a little bit of TPP. Already had a flanking, and that's a very good counter fire. Immediately retake that down. Now living with a trade-off. Now it's a 2v2 situation. The other person is still not getting any revival for now, or maybe she did.
She did, but oh, okay, that is a little blow there from the throwable that has been put out here by Zai, and it seems like she wants to go for another, but she has been witnessed that it's going to be running away, and now has been able to pinpoint their locations, putting up some shots here, not actually connected, maybe some, but not entirely enough to put someone down, and I guess this is a moment that they'll be digressing just a bit, but by the kill feed, it seems like Range has been able to eliminate some of the people here from DPD. Oh no.
Oh no, there was another fight going on over in DBD. I think it's an area just on top of Getka. Two Malaysian teams decide to meet one another. Rage have taken down DBD. I'm not sure if that's the end of DVD. But let's focus fire and focus onto this fight because it's not over yet. It's still a 3v2 situation. And the Indonesian team, they are not gonna back down that easily. They're gonna do a CQC. Ay, ay, ay.
Ooh.
One more down. Now it's only one player left. Will they be able to take down everybody? Ah, and there you go. Wipe out. Back to the lobby for team Hero Zero KDA.
Oh my, that is quite fast. I mean, we didn't actually expect it to end that way. It's quite anticlimactic, but what matters is that they've been able to get the job done here for the side of Stronghold Savia. And this time around, we'll be seeing some other teams here. 2A, for example, Astro Esports is actually just chilling. There is a really good area here. It's quite open, so it might be a bit deadly for them, but at the same time, it is a good avenue for them to actually scout the area, look out for any potential peek leader, and they've been able to spot someone here, which is LMS Alicat from Indonesia. So this is going to be a fight in between these two teams from Mongolia and Indonesia.
Ah, I like the fact that she's already parked herself. This is Astra Esports from Mongolia, and they have already seen somebody in that four times parked on top of the rooftop. Now that's something tactical that we always see, but hopefully she will not get spotted by other teams that is rotating in because there is still seven teams alive in the lobby, and the current circle is basically in open, in no man's land, in open air, and there is still the availability of, I would say, the mountain of Getka. A portion of it still can be utilized for teams to actually spot onto one another. Now we're just seeing them spotting one another through the windows, just gonna guide from then and trying to do a little bit of tapping. No damage is being done from both sides.
And at the same time, they're going for the free fires here. But oh, okay, that's a lot of damage that has been accepted by Ona here. And I guess she's gonna patch herself up, going for a reset. But at the same time, I guess that is going to be a struggle for them from now on because they've been able to actually find out that, wow, those are some accurate shots. So they had to down here and might be thinking of what could be the possible step that they can take. And everyone's already at the circle because at this time it's already a damage from the blue zones going quite high. And yeah, I guess right now they're really in a good spot. But the problem here is
Ooh, hot shit.
there's already some eyes just staring at them, watching whatever they do.
Very beautifully done here. I'm seeing a few of them are gonna rotate in because it was a little bit of that hard shift, not exactly extreme to push all the way down, but it decided to close in towards the area of Getka instead. So again, team IHC, because they got Getka, so a little bit of rotation needs to be done. It seems like they like to pick into the middle portion towards things, and it's cool. I would say it's good, the fact that IHC has already decided to take a vantage point. So where you see the ladies are actually heading on towards our little hills that is right beside of Getka, so probably they're gonna try and take the vantage point. We'll tap into teams that is rotating in fact, there is
Oh,
a little bit of skirmish here going with Rage, who has been spotted out by team Astra in the open air, and gonna end one of the
oh,
person immediately back to the lobby. So that leaves only three people, and the ladies back for Rage, and they have already picked another fight, and this is again with Team 9. They have not really settled down.
not gonna settle down considering there's a lot of people here. People who's going to be a party about to start. I see God is receiving a lot of shots here from Munchie, and that would be another people who actually pursuing further. But still, there's some heads popping up here. It's like a guacamole, but we're not quite sure if they'll be able to take someone down. But they've been able to deal some damage, so I guess that is what matters. But at the same time, we're seeing someone here at this neighborhood who does not belong to the same team as Range. So let's see if they'll be able to spot her out, or would it be the latter?
Yeah. I'm really worried for the teams over in the compound area because I see again taking that beautiful spot. They can see everything. They can be the kingmakers, and only hoping that the circle might go into them. But Rage have already, I would say, take down one of the teams that is nearby. Again, they can't really show themselves. They can't get out of the compound because the biggest threat is IHC being the vantage point kingmakers right now. Anybody's hates will pop out. They will be the one clearing it off. There you go. And a knockdown with
Ooh.
a car. Wow, impressive. So they are still flanking out, even though they got a vantage point, because another team decided to come in and they have already wiped out the entire squad. Now, this is what I say. They are a very feisty team from Mongolia.
Definitely a feisty team, and I've been able to actually see how well they know what to do after
Mm-hmm.
a specific occurrence has happened. And right now, all they have to do here is, you know what? Let's just stay at this area. They're coming to us, so I guess that is what that we have to wait here. You know, patience is a virtue, and all they
Mm-hmm.
have to do is to actually kill anyone who's going to be going down their path as well. But oh, okay, a ball's been
Ooh.
received here by Duca from the throw ball, or rather from a grenade. But at the same time, there are three teams at this area. Oh my, this is bad.
But look into Duka. She's with MG3, guys. That is a weapon that has been so much, a lot of hype has been going on because of that particular weapon. It can bring you
Ooh.
down when you are in the vehicle. It can protrude into the vehicle. So she's with a very powerful weapon. And now another hard shift moving into what's team 4S. So they managed to get the circle right now, but that's gonna not gonna be a threat for IHC because they're just gonna move from one vantage point to another. So I don't think that's a problem at all. But that's really good move. I really like the IGL who's making the move. It seems like it's gonna be Mikasa who's actually the IGL for IHC. They have been tactical. What they have been focusing on is actually trying to do a lot of farming, doing a lot of farming whatever they can. You see, one more goes down with that
Ooh.
vantage point. Anybody hates that decides to pop out in this compound, even if you have an MG3, that's not going to be a threat to them, because one of the players here, Duka, has a very powerful weapon.
And I hope that this hype is really worth the shot, because I am quite excited to actually see what does that weapon actually uphold, because for the first time, that is the first time I've been able to see it here
Mhm,
in the tournament.
mhm,
And hopefully that they will be able to actually go up against IRC, which IRC, from what
mhm.
I'm seeing right now, they've been controlling the strings, but I guess not anymore, because I was already down with a couple of members here running low in health. And at the same time, we're seeing some initiative here from Mia, who would potentially go for the revive. Hopefully, they will be able to go for a full reset, and they would have enough time to do so. But by the kill feed, Styx has been able to secure someone out, and I guess it is still the silent battles is happening here between the teams, since there's still a really good coverage here, but at the same time might be pretty deadly because there's already the boundaries being breached. Nikki already running low here from Rage, or rather is already down. It seems like she's going to be eradicated here just in a more. It's a
Mm,
bit
yeah,
wow.
they wanted to have a share of these particular plays because they know how important to get that vantage point. But that's a really good shot by Muchi, even though they are currently hunted by
Ooh.
IHC. There was a grenade being tossed over. They are almost at the same compound. They are the grounds because of the vantage point, but the shots are coming in. Mikasa with a flank. I think she's able to spot Muchi. Now Muchi gotta think of a contingency plan, because it seems that IHC will push this team. They don't want to share. They're not about gentleman agreement, or let's just say woman, ladies agreement. They don't want that. They don't want to share. They want to eliminate this team. Not we're not gonna share the grounds. But suddenly the attention is going into
Ooh.
2A, being spotted with that mini on that 8 times, trying to do a random spray, and another one goes down. Wow, look into Rage. I really like the fact that their name actually represents what they are doing. They don't care. Who are you? They're just gonna spray you down the moment they see you.
Yeah, and that is a really good combination as well with the Molotov and all of the free fires just coming on here that force IC guards to actually back out and move themselves out of that specific area. But at the same time, this might be an opportunity for IC guards to actually catch range off guard, because I am not quite sure if they are aware of their whereabouts, and as well as the fact that there might be a chance that there will be someone who can actually engage with them, or a third party to actually further engage with them. But I guess this is going to be their ball. Will be rotating just in a bit, rather faking it, but at the same time, range is quite in a tight spot to say the least.
Yikes. Yep, definitely. Rich gotta rethink their choices right now. Even though the circle belongs to IHC Goddess, yes, they got himself 3 elimination points. That's not enough, because it seems like Rich are getting a little bit more with 5 in hand, even though one of them is already back in the lobby. So sprays are still happening here from Team 2A. We are still they're not coming into the circle just yet. I'm not even sure if they even have any vehicles left for them to even come in, because they have been shot so badly, and they
Oof.
are with one vehicle. I think Duka managed to get away from that, but it seems like she's the only person on the vehicle still getting sprays here from IHC, and then being visited by 4S now doing the spray down. IHC is currently sandwiched. They have two teams to focus on.
Not only that, I mean, there's a couple more coming up on their alley, and this is going to be definitely a struggle for them because we are seeing them just going for the massacres all around. And look at this, you're even seeing some kills coming up here from the side of Asteria, but at the same time, it seems like they're really being caught off
Hi.
guard by the latest or rather these people who actually gone to the party late, and this time they've been able to secure already three people. And like what you've said, I see Goddess is not in a really good position. Only one more person is living on here, and hopefully that she'll be able to secure a couple of kills for themselves just to up the points that they have. But at the same time, Six will be able to secure someone here from four strangers with the grenade, and further executions here from Munchie. Munchie is popping up right now, and the rest is already 10 more people remaining, down to 7. It's going to be the rest of the remaining people here from Range, Asteria, and as well as the Force Rangers Esports.
I really like Mia, ay, ay, ay. But no, Malaysia team says, I'm going to go aggro. You're not going to get anywhere. But that was really a smart move for Mia. Sitting in that chip and waiting for people to come in. And she's just spraying towards. If only she
They
came
did
out
their
a bit
best.
earlier and the smoke covered her even more, that would have been a perfect, I would say, closing for this. But Rage, you know what? 12 elimination points. What a way to brag here for the Malaysians. And now looking into Duka, we've still the MG3. She has not taken that out for a fight. If she were to spray from a distance, it's able to get a lot of damage, because this particular gun, you don't have to spray. One or two will bring you down immediately. In fact, one body shot, the opponent will get down. That is how crazy that gun is. But she's still using the M416. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe because I don't know. Maybe she's not composed yet. But you know what? Because of this, she gets the circle. She didn't even bother to go up into the vantage point. Now everybody's sitting on her, and this is Rage now looking into. Oh, only she had that MG3. Come on, switch the weapon, Duka. You know you can. I believe in you. Switch the weapon. We want to see that magical weapon.
Yes, definitely. Hopefully, she will be able to get up against these three more remaining people here from the side of Range. And it seems like Duka might have actually a chance on this one because,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
She's
oh,
using.
okay, is already it. Right, to go for the
Oh
P-Pass here,
no.
but sadly isn't be able to land any shots, and in return, that is going to be a win here for the side of Rage Unleashed, Stasi from Malaysia. But look at that, at least they've been able to garner those many kills, right?
Yeah, man. 13 elimination points. Talking about rage, they are definitely waking up and choose violence today. But of course, violence in the game, not just anywhere. Don't worry, still good. Yeah, but that's really a good play by 2A also being very disciplined. They don't really want to go into the vantage point, because all they focus upon is, hey, I've got the circle. I don't really have to be where the fight is. But GL
Mm-hmm.
also did a good job with three elimination points. IHC a little bit disappointing. They had a lot of I would say targets on, but because they got sandwiched, and that's probably the reason why they only got themselves three elimination points, getting to the top four. So position wise, I think it's fine, survival.
Mm-hmm.
And then 4S without any elimination. Um, Team SH with 4 elimination points, LMS with 0 elimination points, H side E with 2 elimination, of course, and the first team that was too soon today, unfortunately, is DBD.
Well, I guess DVD would might have the enough power, or rather more morale, or in order to get back up. Hopefully, offer there, since there are two more chances that they can get here, specifically in the land of Miramar and Sandhawk. And of course, they have been able to actually see these teams been able to rack up these many points, and I'm quite excited to see what they've got for the second round, which is going to be Miramar. Like what you
Mhm.
said, this is going to be the open area for all of the snipers out there. It is the heaven for them, and hopefully we'll be seeing some better plays from the teams who hasn't been able to actually establish their prowess earlier on. Like
Mm-hmm.
what you said as well for IC Goddess, they've been able to go in really great positions. Too bad
Yep.
that they're being sounders like what I think it is
Mm-hmm.
going to be the fact that they're being overwhelmed, and it's like what wherever they look at, there's always an enemy in there, in there, in there, in the tree, in there, in the grass, in there. So it's quite understandable to say the least. But hopefully they'll be able to do something different later on. I think it's not being about, or it's not being the early bird after all. It's about how you'll be able to address the situation once you're already in there, and that has been a really good thing, or a really good factor that these members from Rage Unleashed Sassy and as well as the other team has been able to rack up upon. So, yeah, really great play for this first map.
Yep, definitely a lot to see. And of course, I want to see the meta of shotgun because that's the current one they are carrying around in Miramar and also Sandhawk. So, with that said, we're going to watch that for later and we're going to go for a quick break and we'll be right back.